What's up, everybody? It's Josh, and welcome to the Adventure Diaries. Do we have an exciting adventure for you today as we take on our very first backpacking trip? So come along with us, and let's see what we can find.
Hey, this is Annie. I'm with the Rowley Adventure Diaries, and today we're heading to Ibantik Lake. It's going to be a 4-mile trip hike in with our backpacks, everything that we're going to need for the night on our backs. We'll have to set up camp, and then we can hang out at the lake for the day. So let's get going, and I'll show you how we got here.
Thanks for that overview, Annie. We appreciated it. I can take it the rest of the way from here. Landon, our group leader, had planned a summer of adventure, and one of those plans included a backpacking trip to Ebonic Lake. He put out a call, and a small group of us eagerly accepted. On the day of the hike, we started our day early by loading our gear and ourselves into the van and headed up the canyon. It's about an hour-and-a-half drive from Salt Lake City to Wall Lake Trailhead, where we will begin our journey. Once we left the trailhead, I tried to prepare myself for what I had gotten myself into. I have done plenty of hiking in my day, but I haven't done anything this intense in a very long time. When all is said and done, we're going to gain 1,118 feet of elevation, and nobody wants to be that guy that slows the group down. Luckily, I was with a good group of people that allowed me to set my own pace. It wasn't too long before I found my groove and was keeping up with them. Of course, it didn't hurt either that the first part of the trail wasn't too rough, and with Ephraim leading us, we made good time to our first stop, Wall Lake.
Well, made it to our first stop. So far hasn't been too bad, kind of surprised. First stop is Wall Lake, as you can see to the side of me here. Pretty fun, very good so far.
Wall Lake is a fun little recreational lake that is about a mile in from the trailhead. There is lots of families enjoying their time by swimming, fishing, camping, and picnicking. There's even a small area on the far side of the lake to do some cliff diving. To be honest, I would have liked to have stayed a little longer, but we still had a ways to go. After leaving Wall Lake, it was time to start our ascent to Notch Pass. I'm not gonna lie, this ascent had me a little worried. The hike up to the Notch is where we gain the majority of the 1,118 feet of elevation. Even though it was rough going, the ascent to the Notch was one of my favorite parts. The scenery that surrounded us was beautiful and spectacular. Trees of all shapes and sizes towered over us, and little lakes and ponds seemed to appear out of nowhere. For this weary hiker, not much can compare to hiking through the mountains.
Woohoo! We made it to the top!
That's right, my friends. After a long, grueling push up the mountain, we finally made it to the top of the Notch Pass and a well-deserved lunch break. As we sat to eat, spirits were high as we talked about what we had completed so far and what we expected to encounter for the rest of the hike down to the lake. We even took a moment to play, as Chase took out and flew his kite. With lunch over, it was time for us to make our descent into the valley of Ibantik Lake. As you pass through the area, keep a sharp eye on the cliffs around you. You are likely to see mountain goats. We spotted one, but unfortunately, he was too far for us to get a good picture of him. As we were making our way down, dark clouds rolled in and the rain began to fall. The rain was actually a welcoming change of events. It wasn't a heavy rain, but it was enough to cool us down, especially since Utah was experiencing a heat wave that sent temperatures well over 100 degrees. With the trail beginning to level out, we knew that we were getting close to our destination. As if rising out of the ground, Ibantik Lake began to show itself. We had arrived.
Well, we finally made it to Ebonic Lake, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it. There were some steep inclines, and let's face it, I'm really not that good of shape. But we did it, and I'm really proud of myself that I made it. And yeah, and honestly, it's really beautiful around here. And awesome, I guess. But we're gonna go set up camp, get it all ready, get dinner started, and see what happens. We'll see what the rest of the night brings us.
With camp set up and dinner done, it was time to head down and enjoy the calmness of the lake. As you can see, Ephraim enjoyed a little splashing around in the water. Ibantik Lake is a picturesque lake surrounded by the sheer cliffs of Notch Mountain and trees as far as the eye can see. The teal water of the lake is, to the delight of many fishermen, home to several species of fish, including trout, bullhead, and bluegills. We tried our hand at some fly fishing, but to no avail. After a long day of hiking, it was nice to be able to sit there and enjoy the peacefulness of the lake and take in all the natural beauty. Ibantik Lake, in truth, is a reservoir. On the north side sits a dam with a little spillway that turns into a fast-flowing little river. With the sun beginning to set, it was time to head back to camp and accept the warm embrace of our sleeping bags. With the rising of the sun, we will begin our long trek home.
As you can see, the sun has risen, and with that, our backpacking trip to Ebonic Lake has come to an end. And I'll be honest with you guys, I kind of struggled in a few places, and I wasn't sure if I was going to make it. But I'm really glad I did, because it taught me a lot about myself, what I'm capable of and what I need to work on. And I really can't wait to get back out and do some more backpacking. I'm really excited to do it. And I encourage everybody else to do it too. And with that, always remember, sometimes you need to get lost to find yourself. Until next time, thanks for stopping by.